you think Gudina Tumsa's thoughts on ecumenical harmony, which he describes as the word hibrit, which when translated to English is association or fellowship, is similar to Abiy Ahmed's Madammer idea, as you had worked with the Gudina Tumsa Foundation, I think around 2 years ago, and the Makane Jesus seminar in partnership to present Gudina Tumsa's holistic theology and Abiy Ahmed's Madammer philosophy. So what do you think? Do you think these thoughts are similar in any way?
Very much, yes. You see, that is where the two of them are very similar, but that is where they are very much misunderstood by others. When Gudina came and tried to have this cooperation, he wanted that churches should cooperate together. He didn't want to assimilate churches. The same is true. Abiy is accused as someone who wants to assimilate everything. No, he wanted to bring together different groups, different ideologies, different ethnic groups, and different teachings to synergize them as keeping their own identity. But if they come together, something very good and better would come out of it. The same is true. Gudina never wanted, of course he prayed that if Jesus wants to unity, that's spiritual unity, that's something. He said, he voiced about that, but his mission, especially at that time, was for cooperation. Orthodox should be Orthodox, Catholic should be Catholic, Makane Jesus should be Makane Jesus, and Mulungi, but they can come together, keeping their own identity. There is a lot that they come together and work for the good of all, that may not be achieved when they are separate. So that was what he envisioned. The same is true with Abiy's Madammer ideology. Let's bring all the good things together here, but keeping our own identity as we are, whichever way we want. So hybrid is the right word he coined, and unity is very much spiritual, which only Jesus can do that. And that is, of course, he has that another level of ecclesiology, the doctrine of the church. That's a different story, but here he wants cooperation of churches against atheism, against injustice, against poverty, against all evil against humanity. So yes, I can mention several things that Gudina and Abiy are very, very similar. Just to mention a few of them, both of them are envisioning humanity. Their perspective is very, very broad. They are not narrow-minded. Just their perspective, everything they say is envisioning broader humanity in general, and someone next to them out there. Both of them rejected or condemned the idea of superiority. They really reflected in all their speech, in writings, in mystery, timeless truths. A truth that works for their generation and for the generation to come. I believe they are just simply unique gifts of their times. They're so unique. Abiy is unique to me. He's so unique of his time. Gudina is so unique of his time, and many people believe in that. And something very similar to them I mentioned was their humble beginning. They came out from lowly families. They are not from somewhere up there. So the Lord brought them from that lowly families, and they became global figures. The other similarity they have is both of them are very bold in expression. They commit themselves for the thing they believe. So they express very boldly. And of course, when they do that, when I say they are very broad-minded, they start from their indigenous experience, the indigenous wisdom, from the local wisdom, and they want to bring something better for the global community. Gudina brought this holistic mystery to Lutheran World Federation, and that ideology, that ministry, that teaching is now accepted by all Lutheran churches globally. And I am sure at some point, the real ideological, philosophical thought of Meddemer will be taken up by many countries in the future, if not right now. So because of that, I think they are significantly being misunderstood of that they are before their times. One thing they never compromised, both of them never compromised, is about human justice. They're always against any kind of injustice. They didn't choose, no, this injustice is wrong and this is, don't worry about this. Just like Mandela said, he fought against the white supremacy, and he said he fought also against black supremacy. He didn't want to change the white supremacy into black supremacy. That is the position of Gudina. That is the position of Abiy Ahmed. And in a sense, they have always been, both of them have always been propagating inclusivity. If you read Gudina's writings, at his time, he says he or she. Even the gender inclusiveness is not common in Ethiopia, in the church at all. But he was that kind of person. So always they were against egoism, ethnocentrism. They always preached love, reconciliation, peace. And of course, generally, they are very, very strongly, they have strong trust in the Lord. That is their voice. Gudina, until he dies, he always propagated that his trust is in the Lord. And he does not have any life outside Jesus Christ and his gospel. And he lived for something he dies. And he died for something he lives. I think the same is true.
That's wonderful.